Warning. Some viewers may find driving standards disturbing.
Last time, on the GT4 Nuzlocke challenge, Fred is born. Fred nearly dies on the first round of the Sunday Cup. Fred decides against dying a horrible, embarrassing death and wins the Sunday Cup. Fred gets a racing chip and obliterates the field time and time again. Peugeot 206 murder in Hong Kong, resulting in FF challenge success. What awaits our Nuzlocke this time?
So after an initial solid start to the challenge, we thought we'd have to upgrade our license qualifications so we could go to some more advanced races with bigger prize money. Oh, understeer. Oh, running wide. I do love Scuba. Damn it. Whoa, I've forgotten where to go in this challenge. Whoa, what happened to the brakes there? After much ado, the National B license was ours. And we unlocked the Volkswagen Lupo, which may come in handy later on in the challenge. But all we knew is we had to prepare Fred for some more races. He's absolutely filthy. With our Silver Warrior spick and span, it was time to run it out in his third cup, and we chose the Honda Civic race, using that B license we just obtained, to get some more cash to buy some future cars because we only had 5k in the bank. With each of these races offering 5,000 credits for the win, we had 25,000 credits up for grabs, and with Fred and his recent upgrades from the previous cups, this was actually a perfect selection, and I'm glad we did this because the credits would certainly come in handy later on in this video, so stay tuned. And the only obstacle we had to getting that 5,000 credits in this race was this 2001 Civic, who was proving a little bit tricky. As you can see the gap to the rest of the field, we were able to finish in first place with a relatively comfortable gap to second place. On to Suzuka now, and we had a different field of Civics to contend with, and again, same outcome. We were able to overtake two cars into the first corner, switch back to the outside on turn number 3, get into turn second and turn number 4, and by the end of the S's we were in the lead. And so that was it, 3 laps and another 5k in the bank. Now on to our first visit to Deep Forest in this challenge, and we were able to have a promising first corner, but we were squabbling a little bit and we were losing time, even getting overtaken on the outside by one of the cars, and that was not great. And once we got past the first lap, you could see the gap to the first and second was quite large. So we had to make up 4 seconds somewhere. That was really tricky to do. Breezed into second place, but our challenger from the first race in Motegi had a paint job turn red. They beat us by just over 5 seconds, meaning we lost 15 health to Fred. And to pick up Fred's morale, we thought we'd challenge the other races in this cup, going on to Autumn Ring Mini, where our biggest challenger was a 3-door CX-79, which was old enough to be this car's and Fred's father or mother. Work that one out for yourself. But on the first lap, we had some really great progress. That first corner of this track was quite fruitful for us. We were able to make a few dive bombs and questionable tactics and win Autumn Ring Mini. Another 5k into the bank. Moving on to the midfield raceway reverse, powering past 5th and 4th place pretty easily, and then another semi-dive bomb into that hairpin, powering up the hill past the Civic. Oh, they're all Civics, aren't they? Into second place, and we were unchallenged apart from one rash, poor driving, and I managed to get on the grass. Fred probably had a damaged mirror from that black one, but we were able to resolve that and claim another 5k and another win. So by this point we knew we had to go and revisit Deep Forest Raceway because we lost that race, and here's how it went. Black is badass and fast in this game.
Huh?
Oh, he's made a mistake. they've made a mistake. That's good for us. Where we need to be smarter. Nice and smooth. Take a lot of speed. Yeah. Okay. It's less scary than I thought it would be this race. What has been a fantastic servant so far. It's probably going to be a Civic, isn't it? Let's face it. There you go. Ooh. With a ton of cash in the bank, it was now time to start thinking about how we can progress with the challenge. Fred had already given us a great start, and we had to pick a next car for our journey. It was between the Skyline GTR or the Impreza. Even though we've had more cash in this challenge than we've ever had before, money was still something we had to look after. So coming under 10k, the Impreza was a fantastic deal. I was very excited about using it. But of course, in this challenge, with every new car we buy, we had to give this car a name. I don't know why I chose this name, guys, so bear with me. I honestly don't know why we picked this name, but it's very clear we were going on some kind of Harry Potter theme. Who knows? Anyway, with all that cash we had in the bank, we were able to give Percy a lovely oil change, which was much needed, probably, after sitting as a used car all those years. And then we moved straight on to the four-wheel drive challenge. Even though this race series didn't give us as much prize money as the previous one with Fred, we knew this was part of the challenge, and so we needed to complete this. Percy lined up on the grid, and looking at the 78 points, I was not entirely sure how this challenge would go, whether we needed to upgrade Percy a little bit. But we made a great start off the grid, not as much wheel spin as also I was expecting. And so the cars in front were jostling, moving around, and again, we were getting up to third place, even second place by the end of the first straight around the outside of Beetle, and we were in first place. And so Percy had made a fantastic start, and really from there, guys, we had no doubts whatsoever. Percy managed to finish way ahead of the field in his first race, which was extremely promising. Then we moved on to Autumn Ring Mini Reverse, and the same outcome. Percy's handling was incredible, and against similarly challenging cars, we were able to really get into, including this pickup truck, which I wasn't expecting in the field at all. I was only expecting to do that probably in video 3 or 4, but we managed to pass one anyway. And with the help of beautiful editing, we were able to go from lap 1 to lap 4 in a blink of an eye. And we're back to one of our favourite circuits, Suzuka. And Percy absolutely ripped everyone to shreds. I think that was Percy. But anyway, again, with the magic of editing, we're able to finish in first place. Then it was our first visit to El Capitan, apart from the License B we had. And I thought I'd get a little bit cocky and go to B-Spec. We're not watching this drivel. Okay, so we're taking this as an actual L, guys, because I was too lazy to race. RS401. 3's, ooh. So basically we take 10% of the base and we inflict damage. So if we lost to the whole field, we could be in real big trouble here. The consequences were clear if we didn't make any progress in this race. We only had 5 attempts really at this, so we decided to step in ourselves and race for 81 A-Spec points. Ooh. Trying to avoid all the mess. Point. I think we got a bit too cocky in the last couple of cups. I think you want to get maybe? Oh, just avoided that yellow. This car's got oomph. Big oomph. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, lovely. For that. Oh, I've come off the accelerator. Does that expose me? No, I'm good. With Percy streaking clear, we're able to put our B-Spec miseries behind us. We were nearly finished with the four-wheel drive challenge. We had one more race to go after this one, which was at Fuji Speedway. And the field were quite similar. We didn't have the Audi from the last two races. I was pretty sure that this would be a good race for Percy. However, this move by the VW Beetle really didn't help. I think it was, no disrespect to the guy, I just don't think he was, whoa, wow. Or was it one of those like fake ones? Oh my goodness me. Okay, so we're here with the, okay, questionable tactics. So sitting in third place, Percy was looking good for this race. Once we were able to scoot past the Audi A3 for second place, it was just a case of whether we could catch up with the Lancia Delta. We knew Percy had good straight line speed from Grand Valley earlier in the Cup. Let's see how we go. Oh, we're getting out dragged. That's not good for us. Can we get a slipstream going? Yeah, look at that slipstream. Beautiful. The Lancia. 142 is Percy, absolute. And with that, Percy was well on his way to completing the four-wheel drive challenge as the victor. This prize car won't feature in this challenge. Sorry for those triathlon race car fans out there. But now it was a question of how would we continue this challenge? And we were thinking of starting the professional events with the Turbo Challenge. And we knew we had to upgrade Percy in some ways. We bought the Stage 2 turbine kit of the Turbo. But then we also wanted to complete the beginner events too, just to make sure we scratch it off the list. So we're looking for a FR car in terms of transmission, and we settled on the RX-7 Type RS. And as you can see on the left on the stream, Lucas HSL was helping us the whole way through that last hour or so I decided to name the car after him. So now that we're not poor and we can afford an oil change, that's exactly what we did with Lucas next, which was to replenish the oil so we could get the maximum performance straight away out of this car. And we started the FR Challenge, first track at Seattle Circuit Reverse. Right, we haven't made any updates to this car. It's 93 A spec. So on paper, it didn't look like this was going to be a successful challenge. And once we got past the Lexus SC300, and then in turn the BM Z4, it was just a case of identifying where this 93 A-spec challenge was going to come from. And we had decent speed, but we were getting out dragged on the back straight by the Nissan Silvia. But of course, on this game with the brakes, you can go super deep into the corners and do really well. But the yellow S2000 got a switchback on us. So it was clear that these cars weren't messing around. However, getting better exit speed out the corners, we were able to build on the strengths of the RX-7 and Lucas. There was a endurance race of Seattle. Remember whoops. This car thrives on street curvy layouts. Well, sounds like you chose pretty well, Lucas, gotta say. Well, let's see if those words come back to bite us, eh? Well, we moved on to Tsukuba with a similar difficulty rating according to the A-spec points. And as per usual, we were on a mission straight away on lap number 1, trying to get past the Skyline and our older sibling of 6 years, the RX-7, which, after a bit of jostling, we were able to manoeuvre by in this tight infield part of the track. And I was trying to get around the outside of the Skyline Coupe, which did work in the end. And then it was just a case of the battling it out for the podium. And despite me getting a very wide entry to the final corner, we were able to build up some momentum to the SLK and the 330i, which I think that's where the A-spec points were coming from, as it was a brand new car at the time of this game's release. And then we were able just to send it into the first corner with maximum no monkeys given, and we were able to finish in first place. Then it was straight over to the special stage, Route 5, where we were met with the monochrome field, blasting past the Sylvia and the 300ZX, straight away past the SLK and the BM 330i from the last race. It was just about attacking the Lexus, which we hadn't raced previously, and it was very, very straightforward. Just a little maneuver, although there was a lot of understeer there. But we were briefly overtaken, and we overtook again, and we managed to finish in first place. So 3 races down, 2 races to go, and we were straight on to Laguna Seca, which is an incredible track to go and visit if you've not been before. I really, really recommend it. Lucas was making light work of the field, getting into 4th place with some almost half questionable tactics. And I did want to respect this track. I didn't want to launch it over the corkscrew, which I hope you guys appreciate as well. And we were able to make some nice dive bombs into these corners. However, I was quite shocked to see that under braking, I was getting dive bombed myself by the Sylvia Ks. And I wasn't expecting it at all. So I think my subconscious went into aggressive mode, and I bumped him off the track, which I didn't realise until I've just seen the edit now. So send heartfelt apologies there. And then it was just a case of getting past the SL500 on the left kink, but I ran wide, and he was able to come up to me on the inside line, trying to block off. Looking back, I think I'm a far dirtier racer than I ever thought I was, really. But he managed to get in front of us again, and trying to navigate and follow it through the twisty corkscrew element, we're able to go off the track, which is also really bad, and get into first place, finishing a couple of seconds ahead of the field. The final race was at Motorland Reverse, and we were hit with our first triple-digit A-spec point race. And the real reason why I think that was is because this track's pretty difficult to overtake on. But what the game doesn't factor in is that the human player can make some questionable tactics and just pretty much ram into anyone they wish, and dive bomb and maybe actually brake at a normal point instead of braking 50 meters ahead of the braking point. So already by lap 1 we were leading, and this very long radius left corner always catches me out, I've got to say. But with the power of editing, we skip all of that, and we managed to win the FR challenge, which was a big relief. So we were back to using Percy in this challenge, and we were trying to figure out where we could go next in the challenge, which we identified as the turbo. And I was trying to figure out whether the upgrades were good enough for this cup. I'm not sure about this, Lucas. We're going to try it. Yeah, scary. So the first race was at Fuji Speedway. Oh dear. We're going to take some damage. This damage limitation. Okay, well at least we're not last. That's good news. Come on Percy, you can do it. Okay, questionable tactics. Oh, we need to do something. Usually. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to come on the inside. Yeah, we knew it. Okay. Nearly got taken out there. I mean, now we're going to have issues. Because Percy's gone wide. No. No, 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 no. Okay. Wow, and this one's caught up as well. Okay, this is dangerous. 41 HP. And remember, we're on the limiter. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Managed to just slow it down. Okay. again, I can definitely go faster than that. So as long as I don't run wide, we'll be in good shape. I could probably get another turbo. Oh, I've done the same thing again. God, don't learn. Okay, well. Look at that slipstream, that's a beautiful slipstream. I'm on the limiter. Gonna push me? Oh, thank you. Now, can we avoid? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh no, we're not going to be able to brake properly. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Wow. This is going to be brutal. And in a blink of an eye, we were in 6th position, aka last, in the hardest race that we've entered so far. It wasn't going to look good, and I was using the excuse of not having upgrades from my poor driving. We need to do upgrades. We know this. The true jeopardy of this challenge unveiled itself at the end of the race when we calculated the results. 28 damage from the Lexus, 34 damage from the Skyline, 32 from the Lancer, 28 from the Impreza, and 29 from our RX-7 Type R Bathurst colleague, resulting in 151 damage to Percy, which brought us down to 90 HP. Look at that. Concerned is not the word. We're going to have to pull out all the stops. It really was time to pull out all the stops. And with just short of 12k in the bank, we really had to strategize what we would buy. We put the racing chip in, is sensible. But do we do a weight reduction? I think so. Let's do the NOS. With the racing chip, weight reduction, and a NOS canister, it was time to see how Percy would fare along the streets of Tokyo. Not great. This could be it for Percy. Wow, look at that acceleration. Oh no. Was the NOS. It was a handbrake. This could be the last race. This could be the last race if we're not careful. But it's not bad. I just prefer not to be weaving on the straight if I can help it. Okay, I genuinely did not mean to do that. Genuinely didn't mean to use those questionable tactics. They're all behind me, look. Oh my goodness me. With first and second out of the picture, dealing 48 damage, we couldn't finish any lower than 3rd place. Come on, using us. Oh, that was scary. I mean, we're never going to win that, were we? It didn't matter that we didn't win. We survived. And we got enough money from the 3rd place finish to be able to buy some serious upgrades a little bit later. As we said, the first two dealt a total of 48 damage. And we had to finish in 1st or 2nd in the next race. So what did we do? We went to the shop and we bought some parts. And we went hard. We bought so much, we only had 16 credits left after buying the sports intercooler. And that's the margins in this challenge. You really have to make the most of everything that you have. 16 credits. It's do or die. Now that we have no cash left, would Percy survive? Would we survive? Would we ever get out of this Turbo Cup? You'll have to find out next time. And we finish our second episode of the Nuzlocke challenge with half of our roster filled. We had appearances from all 3 cars in this episode, starting with Fred, introducing Lucas and of course Percy, dangling by a thread with just 42 HP left. Are we going to make it? Will Percy live to race once more? We'll have to find out next time on this GT4 Nuzlocke challenge.